America going to solve the problem that even if they come, it's going to persist. Do you share his sentiments? Do you agree with him?
Oh, certainly. I mean, and I can assure you that there will be no single American boots on the ground in Nigeria. There will be no single boot on the ground. And what they fired, they didn't even use jets. It was missiles that were fired from thousands of miles away, but they were targeted and programmed. So America will not send troops on the ground. What Nigerians need to do is to have a government, a people's-oriented government, as our rulers, and not characters who just stumble and all they're interested in is in the finances, is in enriching themselves. That is the problem we have in this country for now. So I do not think there will be any difference. America will not come in on the ground, so we have to address this issue by ourselves. And the way to address it by ourselves is that when we feel pained enough with these terrorists, with the attacks going on, we make sure that we have in place a government that is people-oriented, that is put there by the people, and not guys who rig themselves in and get in there and all they want is money, money, money. That is the problem we have in Nigeria for now. So Nigerians, if you're interested in wiping away terrorism, if you're interested in having security, if you're interested in ensuring that your kids don't get kidnapped, when next you have elections, ensure that your votes count, and that any attempt at rigging it is an attempt to perpetuate the evil that is going on in the country for now.
When you say that the U.S. will not send in foot soldiers to come into the country, are you ruling out the fact that, no, Nigerians before now were of the opinion that we're not going to see, the U.S. presence at all, even when Trump himself made the statement. So are you saying he might go back on his words? And also, what do you think the war against the security in Nigeria is moving towards, where we have the likes of Benjamin Netanyahu also making a statement in line with the killings in Nigeria that no country or no one is going to, turn a blind eye or a deaf ear to the cries of Nigerians over the incessant killing of terrorists? Are we seeing, other international bloc or maybe other countries now coming into Nigeria to help, exterminate the terrorists that are killing Nigerians?
Now, when they come in, like the US has already come in this instance now, did they have troops on the ground? No. But have they wiped out some terrorist elements? Yes. So what they need on ground is their firepower, not really the troops. Because if nobody wants to risk their soldiers or their armies for you people, for anybody, American troops will only go to fight for American wars. That is the new policy of the Trump administration. They will only go to fight where American interests are involved. Otherwise, they will.
Barrister, do you think that this might get into, a war of attrition where the terrorists will just, lag, persist, do sporadic strikes here and there to wear out America and the Nigerian government, and the thing will last longer than expected? Do you think it will get to that point? Because it's also a war strategy for guerrilla warfare and all of that. They fight a war of attrition and let you wear out yourself.
I don't think so, because these terrorists, if indeed they are foreign elements, where would they stay? Where would they hide? Because already we see that up north, the northerners, in the Hausas, in Kebbi, Zamfara, are already fighting their wars by themselves. In the middle belt, the people are already picking up arms. In the southeast and southwest, there is no space for these terrorists. They can easily be fished out. So there's only war of attrition where the people, the population, the indigenous population are part of the terrorists. But in Nigeria, they are not. Most of these terrorists are foreign elements, either from Arabia, from the Tuaregs or the Fullers from across the West Africa, but they are not indigenous.
But they have a huge followership and some kind of sympathizers, in the north.
Well,
because when you try to hit them, you hear certain sort of people, opinion leaders in the north come to say, look, a strike against them is a strike against us, our people. Sympathies for them.
Yes. Now, I assure you, their sympathizers, those enablers, those financiers will be fished out and eliminated. But the population is against terrorists. So people like those characters who keep on saying a strike against the Boko Haram is a strike against the North will be dealt with because they're terrorists.
All right.
I mean, despite whatever office they hold, and we have had some of them even as ministers who go to negotiate. People like Pantami, former Minister of Communication, these are ardent terror sympathizers. Those guys need to be fished out and dealt with. Okay. But does the Nigerian population, do they admit or do they condone terrorists? The answer is no. Like I told you, in the southeast, southwest, there is zero tolerance. Middle belt, zero tolerance. In the north, The Hausas are already fighting against them. So where will they hide?
All right.
So there is no war of attrition going to go on.
Okay.
This strike will eliminate terrorists, and that is the end of it.
All right. Thank you very much, Barrister.